We'll go live.
Hello,
We're
everybody.
live.
Mike is in Scunthorpe and doesn't necessarily. They don't have Wi-Fi yet, so he's trying to sort it out at the moment. But we'll leave this up because I've actually done some graphics for once, so I thought I'd leave it there. Hi, Martin. How you doing? Hello, everybody. We will be live in a second and properly talking. But Youngie, I don't know about you. There is a problem with being good. There is a distinct lack of content.
Somebody said to me at halftime, one I would say the negative section of the Finders, literally came up to me and went, "I don't like it. I've got nothing to moan about." And they were the words.
And then you told Sam to go away.
Yeah. But can I have you pack up? But yeah, it's very strange.
Evening, Ben. No, he hasn't. Well, if he has, he's certainly not using it to get on the Wi-Fi any quicker.
The extra finger only comes like after a few longer time in Scunthorpe. You've got to.
It's a bit like. Yeah. Have you ever seen the TV children's film, The Witches? Not the new one, but the old one, yes, which was simply terrifying. It's a bit like that. He will slowly grow a tail after eating some pea soup. That'll be it. Bruce is missing again, Simon. It has been noted. But I'll be honest, there's a lot of people in that WhatsApp group.
I'm here.
Yeah. Hey, Mike's there. There you go.
Hello.
Hello. Is it working?
I think so. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound great.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, darling.
Well, you sound better than Bruce because his sound quality is always shit. Owen says, "What do you think about getting Manchester United in the second round of the Carabao Cup?"
So I went to get the Wi-Fi.
Calm down, Owen.
And it's written on the corner of a cupboard, and I couldn't read the handwriting, so I spent 5 minutes trying to work that out. Little did I know, just above it is actually it's printed off. So.
Oh, you're talking about the Wi-Fi? Apologies. I apologise wholeheartedly.
Ben Hill has made a very good point here. He said that Mike looks 10 years younger. Now, usually people age in HD, but I agree. Mike looks like really fresh-faced here.
It's because he's finally had some sleep.
It's a nuclear glow from Scunthorpe.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the glow of the steel factory reflecting off his glasses.
I tell you what, I'm not saying it's bad, but do you know when it all goes to shit in The Lion King? That's what it's like.
When it goes to shit in The Lion King?
Yeah, when it all goes to shit and everywhere becomes dark and desolate, that's Scunthorpe.
Oh, I didn't know when Mustafa dies.
Yeah.
So Scar is running Scunthorpe. He was the ex-chairman. Yeah.
They wish. He had more ideas of how to run something. Mike looks like Clark Kent. Leave it off, David. Let's not get too much. I think he's dyed his hair.
I haven't actually. This was a bone of contention in my house yesterday. I'm going incredibly grey.
Yeah, and you and me both.
Bruce is still warming.
Bruce is still warming up after wearing short sleeves and her shorts in the lower fit yesterday in the lower Ramsden's microclimate. Signs of a sociopath, that is, Richard. Any time of the year, if anybody's wearing shorts and t-shirt in the lower or the upper, it's a sign. I was
wearing shorts and t-shirt in the upper yesterday. No problem
at all. See,
I saw him. He looked like he'd been on holiday to the sun.
Yeah, Bruce had a right glow on yesterday, didn't he? Proper tan.
Rob says it was cute on Saturday. Mike and Youngie walking in together, pod friends.
We were holding hands and skipping.
No one ever does that with me. I just slink in and slink out again.
We try to avoid you because we don't like the abuse.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, yeah. Distinctly low ebbs. What's going on? There's no energy in this podcast today. I understand Mike, because Mike is dealing with the radioactivity of Scunthorpe water, but we should be at least slightly up.
Well, I tell you what, let's get credits on and let's get straight into the game. Let's do
4 minutes and 52 seconds, you mad
bastard. I know.
Open wide for some soccer! And now the shipping forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 1130. Go! At 1130.
I don't think I've ever wanted to be in a stand more than my life running there. They're going crazy. Yeah, they got penalty here. There'll be fish flying about there. There's no tomorrow.
What a magnificent piece of football! A really, really good goal. You can't mention strength of that.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the DM35 podcast. It is Grimsby Town. It is nothing is wrong. Nothing can go wrong now. And we will obviously be playing Youngie's new game later of who is a proper town fan and who deserves a ticket to watch Manchester United at home. We will be going through that and we will be ranking you all as a number. And from there, you can decide whether or not, and then we will decide if you get a ticket or not. Speaking of people without tickets, hi, I'm Alex. I will dance for tickets. But Mike, on the other hand, has already gone up there to queue for next week.
It's the whole
And
reason
was at
I'm
the
here.
game.
It's the only reason I'm here.
Yeah, absolutely. You coming to Warsaw?
No, I'm
Or
not.
are you going to?
Youngie did ask me, and he said, "Can you ask the family?" So I did, and I got quite a look when I asked.
Hang on, he didn't ask me. What's this going on? I've got this. There's a bromance going on that I don't even know about.
Yeah. No, I was asking for the purposes of travel because I wanted to see if I could get a car full to go. Now, as much as I like you, Alex, I ain't going all the way down south to pick you up. Let's see.
Please take me. I can't do the camera. Keely Donovan is an absolute genius because I can't do this.
Although me and Youngie may be watching it, might we, Youngie?
Yeah, we might go down to the club to watch it. Yes, absolutely.
Ben Hill makes a great point for Warsaw on Tuesday night. It's already sold out behind the goal, which is mad for a Tuesday night. Well done. Huge props to everybody. Who'd have thought just winning lots of games would have made us all really interested and invigorated to start going? Didn't need a drum.
Just win games of football is amazing. Why did nobody think of this sooner?
Well, it's taken quite a while. Town obviously beat Newport County 2-1. Over 6,000 there with 100 or so poor souls who travelled all the way from South Wales. Could you imagine it? You're trying to find a parking space. I'll be honest, it's not the most salubrious area in the world. So you're a little bit nervous about parking your car on Manchester Street or wherever it is. And you run in 2 minutes before the game starts and you get over that top part of the Osmond, which is probably, I would say, the nicest way to arrive into Blundell Park, because you get to go up over the back and then sort of Blundell Park, it appears like the sound of music in front of you. And you just see your own player head it into your net completely unopposed.
And just literally walk in, all right, and turn around and walk back out.
Oh, yeah, fine.
Yeah, that's enough for me.
Yeah, see you all later. Poor fucking Jesus. I mean, we've been there, so we can understand it.
Do you remember when we was bad? I think it was Matt Dannett used to always tweet after like 3 minutes. We held out as long as we could.
Yeah. There's a wonderful person called Abby Slater on Twitter who does England cricket. And you know the meme of the guy from what is it, Grand Theft Auto 4 with the "oh shit, here we go again." It's the bit with Joe Root coming back into bat. You was like 3.4 overs into it. Oh shit, here we go again. I haven't had to use it that much this year, but still. Yes. David Riley says, surely you guys can get on Match of the Day as a pundit after Rooney's performance last. Was it bad? I haven't seen it yet.
I kind of disagree. I thought whilst he maybe wasn't the most eloquently spoken, I think what he said made a lot of sense. I'm going to respectfully disagree. I thought he came across okay.
David, do you hear this? Youngie's calling you a twat.
That's what I heard. That's word for word what I heard.
I just want to get to that point of brass eye when the guy basically pushes it to war. Oh well.
I've got a
at least
question.
that own goal wasn't as bad as Danny Collins at Forest Green at home that time. Ben Bell, that was the first game of the season where he just passed it into the empty net, and
That keeper kit we've never seen again.
Yeah, because he couldn't see the keeper, wasn't it? Because the kit blended in with the seats, basically.
We were using the Alex Ferguson excuse.
So, do you think, talking about winning football games and how it's an amazing, why did nobody think about this sooner? Do you think this is what Fenty was on about with Football in Fortune?
Well,
yeah.
In his defence.
Hang on. Let me get settled in for this. Alex Green's about to defend John Fenty.
The second he left, didn't we sell Ben Grist for some money to Leicester City, and Siriki Dembele, and who else did we sell?
Matty Pollock. What did we do?
Matty
with that
Pollock
money?
went to Watford.
What did we do with that money?
We probably had to. Yeah, that's true. We had to put because he was too busy doing that. He was too busy walking like an Egyptian.
Despot Totalizer.
Do you know what? The Despot Totalizer is somewhere, but I think I've removed it from the bank of videos we've got. Grist, McAtee, Pollock, same Ben Hill. Yeah. And then we played. Who did we play quite quickly? I know obviously we had the FA Cup quarterfinals, but did we play someone like Forest or something like that where we got a pretty big attendance and stuff?
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah, it was Forest.
Footballing fortunes are favoured on the brave, and all we can do is thank our imperial overlords in the upper for their work, because it's going all right at the moment. No one can complain. Town have won 3 games and drawn 1. They are unbeaten so far this season. Yes, mate.
You dropped out. Could you say that again?
Yeah. Sorry. I said Scunthorpe United beat Woking 5-0 or whatever it was. But no, Town have won 3, drawn 1, undefeated. Do we still have the most? No, we haven't, because Franchise FC won 5-0 yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah, they've won 5-0 or something. They just keep scoring goals.
Fine. So we are the highest legitimate club with goals scored so far this season, which is incredible and is absolutely mad. We are doing really well. Yesterday, left it a little bit late. Those who look on the more optimistic side say that's exactly what champions do. They find a way to win. You were both there. I was watching from Bordeaux. Bonjour, très bien et toi, ça va. And all in all, I thought we were almost thoroughly dominant. There was a bit, and I agree with David Attell, they got a little bit lost, sort of 15, 20 minutes to go in the end of the game, and then they started clicking again. And Oliver Johnson says, we have 8, they have 7. Oh, brilliant. And we're still top scorers. Franchise have only got 7. Brilliant stuff. Thank you, David. Thank you, Oliver. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Jack. You've also done it too. We have got, and Aaron. All right. Okay. There's too many of you now.
You tell Sam's not here. We've got a stat wrong. He came out with a stat earlier from something we was talking about Danny Rose penalties. And I'm like, that's far too quick to either be right or not a bit stalkery.
Exactly. Ben, I don't know what you're saying. Je voudrais le timbre d'Angleterre, s'il vous plaît. I would like a stamp for England, please. But yeah, so I'm just thoroughly impressed. I thought they played really well, kept going to the very end, went in off Green's arse, head, bollocks, whatever it was, but it worked. Pontoon went crazy. And once again, a lesson for you weirdos that leave early. Stop leaving early, because you've missed 2 goals already, at the very least, maybe 3 if you left Harrogate early. This is entertainment from minute 1 to minute 94. Yeah, all in all, very happy. What do you gents think? I'll stop talking.
Oh, mate, right. Yeah, it's a good game. I enjoyed it. First time at Blundell Park this season. Had the pleasure of sitting right behind Mr. Young, who wouldn't stop yapping all game, singing new songs and what have you. I thought the changes was about right, who he brought into the side. I think Amaluzur and Walker have done enough off the bench to probably force themselves in. I was surprised Burns wasn't playing, but listening to Artel post-game, it would be the first sort of back-to-back that he'd have done. So that makes sense. I thought we started quite well. proper high intensity, and I thought Blundell Park was different from what I've heard it from before. And I've not been since about this time last year when I came up, so a year's difference. And I thought it was rocking, and there was a real buzz and an atmosphere about the place. And I
Is
think
that when it went off the wagon?
and I think you could see the team start that, and it's an age-old story we've had a couple of times this season where I don't think it's controversial to say we should have been 2, 3, 4 up as the game went on. Cavia's penalty, I don't think was a penalty, but it was given. Really poorly taken penalty, and you think, oh, is that going to come back and bite us? 1-0 at half time, and you're thinking, is this a similar story that we've heard before about not taking our chances? And second half, after an unbelievably quick start, second half, I think the first 15 minutes, again, we should have scored a couple of goals. We were all over them, high intensity, and they get back in it with a decent ball in, but really bad defending. And my initial thoughts watching it, I said to Youngie, was that Rodgers drifted off him, and I think that's right. He drifted off the back post, followed his man, and left somebody free in the box. And that's not something you can do, especially against a team like Newport, because they'll put the ball in there and they'll score a goal. And I think from there on in,
Who was to blame?
I think it was Rodgers.
Okay.
Yeah. You think the same, because I rung you up and talked about it earlier. So, and Artell says that
I just find that you're absolving everybody else of responsibility. I've just.
No, I think Sweeney should have blocked the cross, but I think Rodgers followed. Sweeney should have blocked the cross, but Rodgers followed his man to Doug Tharm, and there was 2 people marking him, and he left a man free in the 6-yard box. He needs to tell Doug what's happening behind him, and to pick the man up that he's leaving to keep holding.
So he needs to tell Doug, and he needs to do this.
Yes,
just just hug Doug. Just hug the Doug.
Alex, this may be news to you, but when you're playing in defence, tell the bloke who's back as to what's going on, what's happening. You know, if Doug's at the front post because McJanet's pissed off into the left wing.
So I'm just playing people. But should Doug have done the same thing for Rodgers? Should Doug not look behind him to see what's happening?
I'd rather Doug watches where the fucking ball is, mate, and see what's going on.
But Harvey Rodgers shouldn't be looking at the ball. He should be looking behind him. But Doug should be all right. Is that what we're going with?
Off, I'm carrying on right now. Artell said, I think, second half that we couldn't work their press out and play through them. To me, I think we could. I just think we couldn't do it. We were just a bit slow, and the energy went a little bit. But what was really encouraging for me is the crowd. For the first time in a long time when I've been at Blundell Park, tried to get them going a bit. And usually when I've been there in years past, it's a bit, all right, it's all going to shit. We're going to lose now, you know. But the crowd tried to get them on the back. And I think the last 10 minutes or so, we were good again. But I think it's another week where the substitutions have changed everything. I know when he made his last 2 subs, he went back to a back 3, back 5 and pushed a couple more men up against their back line, which meant they went a bit narrower and we got in the sides a bit more. And I think Staunton was brilliant. There was one bit where he knocked it past his man and ran nearly the entire length of the pitch and whacked in a banging cross. So, yeah, brilliant. And it just feels different. This team feels different. There was no point yesterday I feel that's it. Until the final whistle goes, I thought we're going to get something. And they're finding a way. And I said to Youngie, you know, teams this early on in the season to be this cohesive and at this level so early is really encouraging, because the goals and the clinicalness will come when they're playing together. I'm convinced it will. So to be in the position we are now, I just find incredible, and it just feels different. When I walked into Blundell Park for the first time in nearly a year, the atmosphere just felt different, mate.
Wonderfully put, Mike. Mark says, good to see Mike has had a shave to go along with his recently bought under 14 season ticket. We've both tried it, Mark. One of us was successful, the other one wasn't. I'll let you guess which one. The most important question to both of you gents is, how did our flag look? It's now up in the pontoon, flying brightly and boldly. Did you even notice it, Mike?
Yeah, no,
yes,
I
noticed it.
We pointed it out. Yeah, we did. We pointed it out. It looked beautiful. Sat in the central of the left as well. Nice spot. Lovely spot for it. It'd be great on ITV1 coming up a week on Wednesday.
It's nice to know my flag has got a seat.
Sam's not happy with it being centre left. He wanted it all the way on the right.
Yeah, absolutely. He basically wanted it. He wanted it on a on Hale Sandfort. That's how far right he wanted it. Was there also a flag now that says "In COD We Trust"? Someone was saying that, or is that just people getting overexcited?
Mate,
I
I've only
mostly
got the
care about
attention
flags.
span to look at one flag.
Do you know what? When I was young and I first put my first ever message on the electronic fish cake. So think back, you're a bit nervous, put your first, and I put, there used to be a Toyota Row sponsor board, Jungie, in front of the Osmond in the old championship days, and it was upside down.
Yeah. Yes.
And I
remember
asked,
it,
and I asked, is that meant to be upside down? Followed by, I believe it was once famous Macca Bilk.
Oh,
It
is Macadil.
saying,
Heritage.
shouldn't you be watching the fucking game?
You can't help but see it if it's a corner or something like that. He's just there, sat right in front of you.
Finally, after
Tacklebreeze,
25 years or so, what? Do you want me to keep talking so you can do it because you're the only one that can find it?
I can't because I'm not on the right. I'm on a different thing now, so I haven't got access to it. But
fucking hell! I've got to do it to myself now, haven't I?
Hear,
Jesus Christ!
all I could hear was "Last of the Summer Wine."
So, Maccabilt replied, "Shouldn't you be watching the fucking game?" And I was a young, impressionable child. I didn't respond, but now, 25 years later, it's 90 minutes and it's a fucking boring game against Preston North End. I've got plenty of time to look around. I can do two things at once, Maccabill. So I don't know where you've gone, whether you're dead or whether you're still here, but fuck you. Whatever happened to Maccabill?
I think he's died.
I think he
Do you
might
think he
die.
died?
Do you remember Ipswich?
No.
He's dead, isn't he?
Yeah.
Guess who's dead? Jesus Christ. This is going to be... Guess who's dead?
Sorry if you're any of his friends and family. I didn't mean to be so blunt about it.
But at least we're remembering them fondly, unless you're Maccabill.
Yes.
No, fuck you. I had plenty of time to look around. Who else was there? Grimsby Pete, the brilliant Grimsby Pete, no longer with us.
Yeah.
He used to be a...
See, now they're just a bit trolly, aren't they?
Are they really? I don't really get on there that often. Who else remembers some great old posters on the electronic fish cake and Grim Outlook? Who can remember? Who can forget Grim Outlook? Basically, they just talked about cheese. If you've never saw it before,
Was that? We're just doing 10 minutes on the game, are we?
Well,
we'll go back to the game.
I'd like to.
We'll go back. We'll go back to the game. We'll go back to the game. But just like me in those times of yore, hang on. Just like me in those times of yore, there's plenty of time to enjoy the game, talk about the game, and also notice that the Toyota Row sponsor board is upside down. And it did its magic marketing work, didn't it? Because 25 years later, we're still talking about it.
Yeah, I mean,
business?
John
I don't know.
Toyota, probably not. I don't think it is now. But but we are still talking about it, and that is heritage. That is advertising heritage. Do you remember our White's Lemonade? Dead. I remember the advert.
No, our White's Lemonade is still about. Whatever happened to... Why did Netto go? Why did Netto go?
I don't know. My uncle Mark once bought me a Netto bag for a Christmas present. True story.
That's a brilliant idea. Can you remember the Netto next to... So you used to have the Netto near the cinema, and it was Netto, Heron Foods, and then there was Aladdin's Cave. No, it was Netto, Aladdin's Cave, and then Farm Foods or Heron.
Yeah.
And there used to be that console in the middle, which was a proper footballing console, and it was the one where you had to kick the ball on the bottom. And my mum never gave me 20p to play it.
It was so difficult to play though, because it was like and then the other side you had Quick Save, didn't you? So there was 3 supermarkets in one complex.
And then you used to have the big butchers as well. The big butchers. And there was do you know what, Mike, as well? One thing you don't see around North East Lincolnshire much anymore, public toilets. What's gone on? There was a public toilets next to the Netto, and I think there was a blue light in there to stop junkies using it.
You're listening to Radio Humberside is the morning show.
And there was a police station next to it, wasn't there? It used to be Butcher's police station, toilets, Netto, Aladdin's Cave,
Yeah.
Heron /
Nickel.
farm foods.
To nickel them kids that used to run in the back of the cinema for free.
I used to do them. That quick save as well. You used to have a fridge it used to have its fridge bit in the middle of the shop, and it used to sort of descend on you, and it had those weird, those weird polythene plastic flaps, Mike. I might be going off subject here. But those
yes, you
plastic
might be, yeah.
flaps. Look, we didn't do our 10 minutes at the beginning. Youngie took us into it too often. So
It's true. It's my fault.
Yeah.
Blame me.
I want snuck in to watch Princess Diaries 2. Anyway.
Do you want to know? I heard something really funny yesterday.
Was it that Alex snuck in to watch Princess Diaries 2?
Yeah. No, the best shout I've heard for a long time was behind me in the upper. And it was one bloke said, "Fucking hell, Town, will you put it in your own net so I've got something to complain about?"
Was that? Oh, well done. Jack, Bruce is, I don't know where Bruce is at the moment. I assume he is living it La Vida Loca, which would probably be his response. But he was in Yorkshire last week, so he's probably recovering. But anyway, the game was brilliant. Completely dominant. Newport didn't have a cat in house chance. Their keeper, was it Jordan Wright or was it somebody else?
No, it was somebody else. Yeah. It was.
No, Jordan Wright is not getting in.
No, he's not. I wonder how Jordan Wright feels thinking that, I'll leave for another League Two club and probably not going to get any football at another League Two club. But there you go. Bless him.
They were really good. No Bogle. No, because he plays for Crewe. That's why.
Yeah, but difficult, mate. Glennon was there though. I saw Anthony Glennon.
Yeah.
I saw people taking photos with Anthony Glennon. Did you not do that, Mike, or were you not allowed anywhere near him, or has the restriction been removed yet?
I've got no restriction with Glennon. No. Dropped me a message when he left.
See you later, you fucker.
Leave me the
See you later, Four Eyes. Bit of finger emoji. Brilliant. No, but I thought we were thoroughly dominant. Youngie, who impressed you the most? There's quite a few options, I guess.
Well, the first thing that impressed me was the fish cake bun. It was my first of the season from Great White.
Oh my
Best
God,
fish
Jesus
cake in
Christ,
town.
we are a terrible fucking podcast, aren't we?
Brilliant. Only £3 bargain. Who impressed me? No, seriously.
What kind of sauce did you have on it? Let's just lean into this, people.
No sauce, salt and vinegar.
Okay. What sauces are available? Because I think people would controversially want tartar sauce on
Yeah, now.
Right, I'll talk about football. Who impressed me? I thought that Green was superb yesterday. His energy from midfield drove the game. It was very much. It was like, when players take the game by the scruff of the neck sometimes when things aren't happening. I felt Green was very much doing that yesterday. I thought he was very, very good. Yes, Alex.
Do you think Green is the most improved player you have ever seen in a Town shirt in your life? In your living memory?
Him and Rob Jones.
I said to you yesterday, didn't I, Alex? That I think, sorry, with Greeny, I think last year was a huge step up, and I watched him yesterday, and he's pulling out some unbelievable bits of control and moving the ball, and he's taken another step up this year from what I've seen.
My worry for last season, if we got promoted like this for this season, was that you've got players like Green and insert anyone else you want to. Let's be entirely honest, Rodgers, whatever. Artell and the team have taken them from playing at sort of 60% of their ability to already up to 80%, 90%. And my worry would be if we ever went into League One, they've kind of hit their ceiling and they wouldn't improve. Again, I'm completely wrong. Greeny has found an extra level this year again. He still does look, as Artell said, looks knackered eating cereal, but he is brilliant. And the closest player we've had to Paul Groves in a long time.
It was funny. Nick, who sits next to me, said with about after about 80, 85 minutes, he was like, there's nobody from midfield making that long busting run into the middle, like that Frank Lampard-esque run just to try and get themselves onto something. And lo and behold, that's kind of where that goal came from at the end, wasn't it? Because credit to Evan Corey, when he came on, I thought he made a big difference. And I thought, as Mike said, I thought Staunton really, really impressed me. It's the first time seeing him live. He looks a real player. But Green made that lung busting run, 95th minute, and you're right, he looks absolutely knackered, and I'm guessing he probably was absolutely knackered, but just got himself there, and like full credit to him. Absolutely superb. The other person who impressed me yesterday was Charles Vernon. I thought every time Vernon got the ball, something was happening, especially in the second half. And as well, Amalusa as well. Again, I was a bit cynical with Amalusa starting. My thinking was, he's going to be one of these players that comes off the bench, makes a real difference, but perhaps maybe isn't as dangerous when he starts. But he really was. And the whole thing of we were talking earlier about creating, not taking our chances, but putting the penalty aside. Them chances that we had, like when we hit the post or the keeper saving, whatever, they weren't clear-cut chances. They were chances that we created and forced. They weren't sitters. They weren't kind of like bad balls put into the box. They were good efforts that we've created, not things that we've missed, if that makes sense. If Charles Vernon had that one in the first half, didn't he, where it came through a body of players, and it was pretty much the same goal as the Harrogate first from last week, where all it takes is a little bounce, probably goes in. It's a different game. Oh, bye, Alex. The Amalusa one, he had no right to get to that.
No.
And he somehow did, and it's the post. So I'm not that there is a little. I've heard a few grumblings of people saying, we're not taking our chances. I don't think it's a case of that. I think the chances we are creating have come out of nowhere. They're not sitters. They're really good. The opportunities we created for ourselves, and all it takes is McJanet's to fly into the top, go slightly more to the left and fly into the top corner, for example, or Amalusa's just to slightly go inside the post. It was just one of them days yesterday. We could have scored 5 or 6, but
and the same with
deserved.
Same with Harrogate. We hit the post. We created a fair few chances that flashed across the goal. There was the one where it could have been put in the first half. We created the chances, and this is what good teams do. And there's a reason why Man City don't win every game 6-0. Is because they don't all go in. And it's just how it is. I think, Mike. Sorry, I know I saw you put your hand. My only thing was today was that I think Rose. It'd have been great to have brought Rose on. I think Cabby has been incredible, and I thought the penalty was poor, but we can all do that. But I think yesterday was the sort of game where you'd quite like to take him out of it and put Rose in, just so he gets a bit of a breather and such. Mate, I'm being very harsh on a kid who has scored in every game in the league apart from yesterday. But that's he's pretty young. He's not experienced at league level. That's the sort of thing where, when your Rose comes back, that's exactly what we need. And Mike, I think you've pointed out a number of times how many of our forward line have yet to play and have yet to make a start. And so, as the famous song would go, things can only get better. Mike, what were you going to say?
Yeah, just pick that up before I go back to the point I was going to make is, you could make an argument that our 2 best players last season haven't kicked a ball yet. And Sunset Bell and Gilsnan, who have unbelievable pedigree and an incredibly high ceiling. I know Gilson's had a few injury worries around him, but he's at Barcelona and Liverpool. So you can look at those 4 players and say, you're not a million miles away from thinking that could be your front 4 for a big part of the season. And they've not even kicked a ball. And then you look at the team and you're looking at the strength and depth at the minute. I think it's incredible. And the point I was going to make from what Youngie said about Amalusa is that he has to play players like that, because with the strength in the team, if somebody's banging the door down from the bench, which I think he has done on a number of occasions now, I think in terms of unity and keeping everybody happy, you have to, if they're knocking on the door, you have to put them in there and give them a go. And the player they're coming in for, you can say to Burns, well, you've played a few games now, we've got to bring you in and out. And if you keep everybody happy, then you can keep this going on. But if you just stick with the same 11, even though substitutions are influencing the game and turning the games around when they come on, I think you then start to risk losing a few players. If you're being honest and being fair with everybody, they should be all right. But you've got to make those. And I thought taking him off was about the right time. I thought he he's got stuff that we've not had for a few years. His directness and pace, and he's not just that. I'm not saying he's just a
Apologies,
speed
Mike. Who are
merchant.
you talking about? Because I
I'm a
was just
loser.
typing
Sorry.
that. Yeah,
Sorry.
No, you're
Yeah.
absolutely right. I would agree.
It's not just his pace, but that's what his pace and his strength stands out to me. And there's a couple of times in the first half where he's just got his head down, he's beat a couple of people. And I'm like, well, my God, I've not seen a winger do that for a bit. I know Vernon's got a bit of trick and skill, and
Yeah, but if
and
Verdon does it, you're slightly worried he's going to fall down with a broken hip.
yeah, it was actually running quite quick in front of us, and I went to Young, are you listening for a ping? Bless him. And Sven Sorsen, again, close control, but he's not going to just knock it past somebody and beat them. But I think in the second half, there was a few times where he made the wrong judgment, and that'll come. You know, he's a National League player that's come up to League Two. He needs a bit of coaching, and David Arcel's the best person in this division to do that. But there's a few little times he went inside instead of outside, and that's just the finished touch he needs to his game. But I think he's made a cracking start, and I love I just love what he's bringing to the team.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he was knackered by the time he'd come off, and there was a couple of things that, you know, when he was fit and fresh, he would have probably taken on a little bit more, and he came off at the right time. One thing I'm really looking forward to, if it ever happens, is Sven Thorsen then having the ball, because he's quite a tricky player, will try and come on to the inside while Amaluza or Staunton, whoever it is, will bomb down the right. And then you've got the overlap there that's going to be quite dangerous, and I'm looking forward to that sort of stuff. I to be honest, I didn't expect him to have the impact he's had over the last couple of games. I was fully expecting him to be a 75 minute, 80 minute. We need to stretch the play. We need they're knackered. Let's bring on a bloke who can run. Let's be honest, the feedback. Well, he was one of the few players where the feedback from the former club wasn't glowing. And once again, a bit like Tranmere, from what I've seen, it's all completely incorrect. He's brilliant at what he's been able to bring. Yes, Yogi.
I think he's a Moneyball signing, isn't he? I think that he's a signing that they've looked at stats, they've looked at kind of different metrics, where perhaps Artel has gone, I think we need something like this, and he's been presented with Amalusa, I think, and where they've maybe gone to him, don't maybe look at the goals and assists part of it. Look at this and look at that. Maybe look at, you know, pace given, passes completed, things like that. And actually, there's something that we can be done here, because he's not young. He's 28, isn't he? So he's not. You know, this is really probably his last chance of league football, realistically. So we've got a player that's, you know, probably we wouldn't normally go for, but I think he's definitely a Moneyball signing, so to speak.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, as much as we've spoken about players that have affected games, and yesterday substitutes affecting games, I think one thing needs to be acknowledged is Artel has affected the games. He's made the right changes in a couple of games, and I think that very subtle change to a back three and getting players a bit wider, pushing more up against their back line, created that space because they went narrower, and that's where we got in. We got in behind on the wing for a ball in to the middle. So I know it's quite subtle, but I think at times if a manager doesn't change it, he gets a lot of shit. But I think a couple of times now you can see he's influenced the game with changes of shape or bringing the right players on at the right time, and that should be acknowledged, I think, as well as doing the fourth official's job as well.
Elliot says, "Isn't Amaluza retiring after the United game anyway?" So yeah, it's pretty pointless reviewing him. Hopefully, he's just not looking for. He's retiring their manager. The Grimsby Reaper is ready to strike again. Jack comes in with some really important news for you, Mikey. It is Doug Tharm's birthday today.
Okay, Mikey. When's the last time you called me Mikey?
Well, someone said it. Oh, it was Matt that said it, so I was just going to keep with it. Mikey Munchkins. Jack says it is Doug Tharm's birthday today. Doug is apparently staying in Forest Pines, so I now know why you're in Scunny.
You can get there in half an hour. Bring your phone with you.
Proper breathy version. Mike comes in. Mike comes up dressed in that Marilyn Monroe white dress. Happy birthday, Doug Tharm.
We don't actually talk about the fact I asked Pounton for a signed picture, and he wrote, "Leave me alone. I've told my lawyers about this," to you, Alex. I've got issues with players. Right? Alan Pound's been retired out. He's still in hiding. I had to send him via a solicitor, via an intermediary abroad.
Some people call it hiding. Some people say in my basement. It's the same thing. But Oh, yeah, we're probably pretty good that this isn't during his tenure. But anyway, happy birthday, Mr. President, or whatever it was they said back in the day. Oh, well.
Happy birthday.
Aaron, where did you send it? It's not on my Twitter. Have you sent it somewhere else? Just let us know. I'll dig it out. Ben says, is Doug staying at Forest Pines over the Doug Shack? Staying is such a strong word, Ben.
No one stays at the Doug Shack.
Nobody leaves the Doug Shack.
The Doug Shack stays with you.
That's the venereal diseases again. Right, so Mike's face just dropped then. Ha! What?
Can I make a point to a Mr. Barrick, formerly of this parish, who's not here anymore? He's not gone. He's just not turned up this week. Christy Pym made 3 saves by my calculations, so he can add that to his fucking tally.
Yeah. Well, you guys have a chat. I'm going to listen to this thing that Aaron sent me, see if it's worth head loss of the week stuff.
Are we
Oh,
going to
we've got
do
Phil
a?
randomly.
Are we going to do a save count then for Christy Pym? Like a cat?
I'm
Is that
thinking-
what we should do?
I'm thinking I'm getting an Excel spreadsheet up when I get back to work.
Yeah, fair. I think that's it, because that's the only way you can get some, isn't it? With real statistics.
Yeah.
I feel so. Yeah, I think that's a good call. My
My favourite thing in the world, shattering his argument with facts. It's delightful.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hey, by the way, I was thinking this earlier. Do we know any other games where we've scored twice and it's in the first minute and the last minute?
Oh, there's a good question.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's somebody on the chat just frantically Googling. So, first prize to anybody that can find the last time we scored in the first and the last minute of a football match.
We don't. We
We
very
haven't
rarely
scored many
that
last minute.
early.
Will it have to be a winner or just a goal? Because we might have lost 8-2 and scored.
Well, that's true. Yeah. We haven't in the last year or so, have we? The beginning of the last season again, we scored quite a few last minute goals, didn't we? Because well, I suppose Jordan Davis's wasn't quite last minute, was it? The free kick against Colchester. It was late, wasn't it? But
Was Greenies technically?
Yeah, Greenies was 94th minute, wasn't it? It was an injury.
They played on a bit longer though, didn't they? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But Carlisle, but we didn't score till second half, did we?
No, true. So just trying to think when the last time. But yes, Alex. Is it listenable, Alex?
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I'm downloading it as we speak. What was Graham
Dickens?
The last bit, which is brilliant.
Graham Dickens, if you're talking about yesterday, we did, because I literally looked at the clock and it said 57 seconds.
There you go.
There we go.
Ian said it's right back, please. Well, Artel kind of denied. He kind of felt he was being a bit sheepish about a right back, wasn't he? He was like, it would be unfair on Rodgers and Warren if we signed another right back.
I can't buy it. It's the only position. Look, and I'm not being harsh on Rodgers because I think he's improved massively. He's doing a really good job. But I can't see how we wouldn't be trying to bring in a right back, considering there was a lot of talk a week or two ago that we were, and something fell through with a loan. But I imagine if you think it round, if he'd said yes to the answer to that question, then what does that do to Warren and Rodgers?
True.
So is it one of these? Is when they turn up, he thinks of a reason for us to have one out. I just don't think you can go through the season with only one right back really, and Rodgers doing the job he's doing, because I think he will start to get targeted a bit and we will need a few different options. I think he'll be fine at home, which is another thing about yesterday's. We played Green and Walker, so he sacrificed one of his older midfielders and played two push further forward, which I liked. I've not seen a lot of managers do that at Town, so we sacrificed a bit of strength there. So Rodgers probably do a decent job at home because he really interlinks quite well with the attacking play, and I think he bombs on quite well and getting past Amaluza quite a lot. But I don't know if... Yeah, I just struggle with it. I think we need a right back.
Yeah, I think he'll change it up on Tuesday night. I wouldn't be surprised if Corey goes back in team. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes 3-5-2 on Tuesday night. I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of goes that way and perhaps maybe plays Walker behind a striker or Green behind a striker or something along them lines. Jack Foley is saying Grimsby versus Notts County, 13th of January 2024. I'm going to look at that.
And
Bear with
that's
me.
something.
Are we talking
that's
about the last
something-
minute one?
Yeah.
That's something, Youngie.
Grimsby.
I think we'll do when we've got Sunset Bell and Rose back. I think we'll do that quite a lot because I think you've got 3 good strikers there to try and get 2 of them on the pitch at the same time. I don't know if he'll want to change it too much on Tuesday with it working. Is there a need to? But I mean, how good have you got to be to get into this midfield at the minute? I mean, Tory after his game on Tuesday, and he's not even getting on. That's insane. That you're as good as Tory has been, and you can't get into that team.
Tory
I thought it was
walk
harsh on
into
Ev, but he obviously dropped Ev to try and get somebody further forward. But
yeah. So I mean, and Tory hasn't featured in any league game this season at all. He hasn't come off the bench for any of the only game. I mean, but he was superb on Tuesday night. He absolutely ran the show. And as well, which surprised me about him, maybe because I haven't seen enough of him, but he was a bit of a box-to-box midfielder, which I was surprised about.
Yeah.
He wasn't afraid to kind of run with the ball and get forward, but he would walk into most League Two teams. I'm pretty sure of it.
From what I've seen, little bits of him, and I've gone back and I've seen some footage of him in Faroe Islands. It's obviously a different standard, but if he can adapt to the quickness of the English game, that's the only issue I think he's got, because he's got everything else. He's got a great first touch, he's got a great anticipation, he intercepts, he can play a ball. He doesn't hold on for it too long, which is another thing with midfielders. Sometimes they hold on for it for too long and refuse the first pass, which infuriates me, and then it ends up going. So as long as he can pick up the speed of the English game, I think he'll be a hell of a player, and he's not playing.
Madness, really. But Richard says that he'll be shocked if Tory doesn't start on Tuesday to give George a rest. I don't think they'll rest George on Tuesday.
There was one cracking ball George McEachran played. I thought he did well in
the volleyball.
Yeah, I thought he did well.
That ball was amazing.
Play. I thought he did well intercepting play, but I thought he wasn't on the ball enough yesterday. That might have just been what I was looking at when he was on the ball. But then just out of nowhere, he did that little bring it down and that little half volleyed pass in behind. And there's a few people behind me that went, "Oh, that's going to go out," and it just literally, boom, stop.
Yeah. It's one of them passes where the crowd go, "Ooh," don't they? Like once it hits and gets like the golfer's clap at the end of it. That's always a favourite.
Do you know what? That's my life's mission, is just to get a London Park clap. That, like, even if it's just the clap for, the person that plays, which I think is the stupidest clap in football, is when you pass it back to the goalkeeper. And I think we've kind of seen it disappear from the game, but you still occasionally will get a clap when you pass it back to the goalkeeper. I want that. That's all I want. When I die, when I do my, if I ever get a minute's applause, can I just have that like 13-second clap back to the goalkeeper, and that's it. That's all I want. It's the whole point of this podcast.
Steve says play them both. I think we've got our own Frank Lampard and Gerrard problem, haven't we? But another thing that interested me being in the ground yesterday was when we couldn't beat that press, or we couldn't work our way around it, was going back to Pim a lot, and Pim was going long, and a lot of his balls were actually fairly decent. They were 50-50, so you lose a lot of them, but it was in an area. But I heard no moaning when they couldn't do it, so they went back and started again. I think this goes back to what we were talking about a few days ago, Alex, where I think now we've had so long watching this team and watching our tell, we know there's a plan and we know what they're trying to do. And that was, I took that away from yesterday. It's like, oh God, they're passing the ball back to the goalkeeper who's going long and nobody minds.
Yeah, we said.
Does anybody want to see the head loss as well?
Oh well, yeah. I'll just make my point quickly, and then. But they're saying there was a time when Doug Farm put the ball out of play, didn't he? It was a bit of a loose pass, put it out of play, and you would fully expect the lower fingers groan, but instead, everyone was just like, "Unlucky, Doug. Come on, let's get on with it. Next one." And
it's because Mike was glaring them all down.
That's true.
Don't you fucking say a word.
I just turn around and went like this to everybody.
Yeah. I don't think this is as big a head loss as Aaron is making out to be, but it's still a nice one, because I'll be entirely honest, every away fan I've heard has been very complimentary about us so far, including the managers.
Did we have a bigger head loss this week?
Who's the big head loss? Oh, Sam.
Sam.
Oh, and look. Do we want to go into that?
No,
because poor
move on.
Sam
Move
got
on.
very upset with me putting up Bruce's animation of SpongeBob SquarePants of him getting very annoyed. He made noises I did, well, only dogs could hear.
That was a head loss. That was a real head loss. That, especially the
And you know
especially the head loss
Yeah.
after the upload.
Look, people, I think if you get rid of your season ticket and make a point of questioning the CEO live on a podcast about, well, please sell it, do your elevator pitch to me about why I should get a season ticket, and then proceeds to not get a season ticket, and then gets slightly worried that they might not get a ticket for a game against Manchester United when they don't like Manchester United and quite happily fly the Liverpool flag whenever they get a chance to. We are going to take the piss out of you. I'm sorry. It's just the way of the world. Any comments from Mike? And do you know what? His seats there look pretty good nowadays. There's no posts in the way. I think I might get it. I'll go sit next to Auntie Lunch.
Oh, she'll feed you personally.
I hope so. I'm thinking like a Greek god. Anyway, do you want to hear the biggest head loss of the week? Well, second biggest head loss of the week.
Why not?
Biggest head loss of the week.
Hold on. 94th minute, Kieran Green. I'm fucking done, man. I'm the one that gets called negative for calling this shit out. I'm literally done. It's a joke. Absolute joke.
Biggest head loss of the week.
His fringe is
Well,
the biggest fucking head loss of the week. Jesus
Oh, bloke.
Christ. Was he
Well,
like, I
we
beat
got-
the boss?
Get to know
Look,
it.
it's just nice to know there are other people out there called Green that have sticky moments.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. You know, if you're a Newport fan, if you arrived late by a minute and left early by a minute, you've missed two of the fucking goals. You thought you'd won 1-0.
Hey, ignorance is bliss. What are you on about? We won. We're fine.
Thank you, Aaron, for sending that through. That's amazing. Aaron Tacklebury saying that a disabled Liverpool fan must be the biggest head loss of the week. Yes, it probably was, but I can't find any humour in that. The bellend will get what he deserves, as will those bellends. That poor girl who is 16 years old and clearly has some acne at the moment, which we all did, and then some absolute trollops online with the intelligence of an amoeba having a go at her. But the best bit of that story is she scored an absolute worldie apparently today as a free kick. So that's a nice bookend to that story. So good on them. Have I missed anything in the chats? 2 penalty misses in 2 games, says Graham, trying to siphon through some of the negative or improvement comments we can find.
Get them out of the way.
Go through it.
Yeah, they were both exactly the same penalty, weren't they? You could literally just roll them back. It was the same penalty.
But I tell you what, but if the keeper goes the wrong way, nobody says that was a bad penalty. That's the thing about penalties. It all depends what. If the keeper goes the other way, they're all going, "Oh, what a cool, calm finish that was." But because the keeper went the right way, it invariably does make it a shit penalty. I get.
But at the same time, it is a shit penalty because there was no speed on it and it was not in a corner. The guy could have gone the wrong way, stood up and got it.
Yeah, we were kind of talking of. Yeah.
My theory was because he's had 2 so quickly, he's gone the same way. He must think the keeper is going to think in 2 weeks I've gone to the left to keeper's right twice. So he's got to think he's definitely going to go that way, and he didn't.
I think that what annoys me a little bit about penalties, especially in the modern day, I'm going to go back in my day, but there's people don't keep the same technique seemingly for penalties. If you get your technique right, 99% of the time you'll score. You know, Alan Shearer was famous for it. Harry Kane is famous for it now. You know, people like that, they take the penalties the same way. It's just a systematic thing. This is how you take your penalty. Sometimes you might just get that technique wrong because you hit it wrong. But it's when you try, I don't get why kind of players try to do something different if they've done something right before. Cabia's penalty on Tuesday was perfect. Absolutely perfect penalty. Hard, low, into the bottom corner. Keeper's never going to get there. That's how you take it. Just keep doing that. There you go. Rant over.
Just do the Alan Poughton. Alan Poughton was the best penalty taker we've ever had, and he just
So you can't
absolutely
even
twatted
leave
it.
him alone.
There was no thought process in it. It was just ball, hit, bang, and that was it.
The only people that mention Doug Farm on this podcast are you guys, but you mention Alan Poughton quite a lot, don't you, Alex?
Yeah, I do, because I love him. He's amazing. Put him in that midfield with McEachran. Jesus, won the league already.
Did
Oh
I
yeah.
cancel the
Oh,
Wembley
yeah.
booking? Because we're not going to need the playoffs, are we?
No, absolutely not. Clipped.
Print
Tell you something,
that.
Bruno
Print
Fernandes.
that, Mike.
Yeah, print that,
Print
you
that.
bastard. I'll tell you something.
Oh,
He's
I am
not
loving
happy
Bristol
fucking.
Rovers.
He's
I
not
know
a fucking happy chappy at the moment, is he?
I know they're going to come and they'll beat us or something like that. But just at the minute, fuck you, Bristol Rovers.
Aaron's
We're
got a
not playing
great
that.
shout. Aaron's got a great shout, actually. Mitch Rose being the best penalty taker we've ever had. That is actually a great shout.
He had balls of steals, didn't he? And then he went and beat someone up at Boston United.
Because you know what? Yesterday wasn't really a high pressure situation, but Mitch Rose had some proper.
Oh, that
Like,
Chesterfield penalty where we
yeah.
would effectively gone down.
Yeah.
Straight ran into the wall of sound of the massive speakers, which I still think we should have.
So I did the PA. I'll tell you a story quickly. I did the PA for the last game, the Notts County game. You know, the one we stayed up for. And when who got the big lad who was at Walsall got the Jamel Matt. So when Jamel Matt got the winner, I was outside ready to get on the pitch, you know, because of the PA goes up back onto the pitch to do the thank you very much everybody for coming, blah 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 blah. I forgot that I was the PA man. Legged it into the corner, started celebrating with all my mates in the Pony corner. The mic was on, so all you could hear was and then I was like, who scored? Score the goal.
Thanks for coming.
Get the fuck in there. Fuck off, you scabby bastards. We all remember Lee Hughes. We won't ever forget it.
Your boys took a hell of a beating.
Yeah, fuck off back down the A46. Fourth biggest team in Nottingham.
So are we banning Man United chat until then after the next two league games?
No, of course not, because it drives views, and I'm all about the Benjamins. We're fucking Goldbridging in this shit. Talking about Nottingham and Manchester, perfect.
He
That's a link.
thought it was in fucking Norwich.
Yeah, well, these people aren't that bright, are they? Yeah.
And that angry blonde, whatever his name is.
Yeah. It's just the way it is, isn't it? People driving content. And do you know what? Social media, Mike was getting it. Like, it's just a different. I mean, there are some weirdos on social media, including me. But they're a different level, aren't they? And just the troll, you can see it's people just going for clicks, and if that's what you have to like wade through every week to follow your club, fucking hell, that must be a pain in the ass. Because at least if you don't like us, you can just get rid of us. It's fine, block us, get rid, you know. But you can't. There's so much of it.
I think I may be wrong, you might disagree with me. I actually think our fans generally on social media are pretty well balanced. Bearing in mind, I don't do Facebook, so that might change the things. But I think on Twitter, generally, like our fans are okay. We don't kind of go too over the top. But Premier League supporting, especially on social media, it's just mental, isn't it? It's mental because obviously you get fans from across the world that only watch it on TV and things, and it's a bit like Indian cricket supporting, isn't it? It's just
do you know what? Indian cricket fans are the closest thing you can get, honestly, and it's like the orcs from you know, from Lord of the Rings. They just keep coming. There's no stopping it, and it must be so exhausting, that sort of crap all day, all in, all out.
There was an Australian United fan I was having a bit of a discussion with on Twitter, and he was banging on about clubs got no history in this, and there was a couple of us pointing out the history, and somebody shared an article and he said, "Oh, that was nearly 20 years ago." It's like, well, it's history. It's generally in the past, mate. I mean, like,
Do you know what? And if you are say for example, young, like imagine our ages groups, because we're kind of on the cusp of when football became big. Our dad was Manchester born and bred, big United fan. Grew up in the 70s where Leeds were the big club and stuff, and they had that season when they got relegated, and a bit similar to Man City nowadays, where that in living memory you've known the struggles, and then you're almost having to, because it's almost like music, isn't it? You're constantly having to validate why you support this club to twats like me, who will absolutely go at you for being a basic bitch and supporting Manchester United because they were the ones on the TV. And that must be exhausting. The same with, here, sort of, it's just Man City fans must be exactly the same. No, I remember Alan Poughton scoring for a point against Grimsby at Blundell Park. And the ones that will probably get tickets are exactly the same, but there are so many. And it's the same when I went with Fulham. There's just so many people there with cameras in hand, taking photos, taking selfies. Oh, I'm at a Premier League game. And it must drive you. Wrexham fans must be experiencing it as well, where you've kind of lost a little bit of your club. And I know I'd like us to have success at some point. And it'd be nice to be in the conference. What do you think? Conference League. Conference League, we're 13th, 14th in the Premier League. That's kind of as high as we get. We're getting to that sort of Crystal Palace ebb, and then we get the Conference League. Yeah, like let's go to I don't know, Baku for an away game. Yeah, let's go to Plovdiv in Poland and stuff like that. Enjoy.
I would say though, if we start playing games, we was talking about getting to the final of FA Cup and getting a European place. If we start playing in places like Plovdiv and Bulgaria and stuff, I'm not sure the fan base is going to remain quite high. I think there'll be a few not coming back, locked up.
What's that? Benidorm away? We're in.
Yeah.
The Ibiza Cup's back, baby.
There was 55 arrests today.
Yeah, 12 of them were the fucking first team. Tony Gallimore in cuffs.
Back front page at Telegraph, Sam with a shirt around his head on a table in Benidorm.
Oh.
Going back to what you were saying though, Alex, the thing is, that selfie crowd, that kind of tourist crowd, that's what these big clubs want now. They don't want...
Yeah.
They don't want legacy fans, do they?
Legacy. Oh, what I tell you what, in football, there's a lot of shit terms nowadays, but legacy supporter is the worst, isn't it? What an absolute turgid.
It's not my phrase. I'm just using it because that's what they use.
I know. That's what they refer. Absolutely, especially when the Super League was coming along. It was like, But yeah, that's what they want now. They don't. You only got to look at the way that Man United are treating their season ticket holders now. No concessions on season tickets anymore, and if you miss the game, you get what is it? You can't
get told off.
The reactive comes round and fires you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could you imagine Jason? Can you imagine Polly or Jason sending you an email going, "Why didn't you go to the Walsall game?" Well, because we've lost 24 games in a row, mate.
Why didn't you spend 80 quid in the mega store? Why didn't you? Why didn't you get your
John Louis Akpro from? That's why.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What do you will never know. What do you guys do? You think they've got that about right? Because I do. I think they've got the pricing, the structure, the days pretty much. I would have accepted it being more expensive. To be honest, I would have a cracking deal.
I would have made Sam look like a communist. It's 55 quid a ticket for everybody, and you have to sign up to receive a subscription of £5 a month. And
see the red flag when you come in.
Yeah. Maggie. And I think they're right. I think they're about right.
Yeah.
I think they're right. And I think by all accounts as well, from what we've been told, is that they're trying to maximise fan sales of tickets as much as possible. Sponsors have been told it's minimal numbers. I think even the director's box tickets are going to be on sale for the general public. So I think I think they've done it right. And as well, the one thing that's not been mentioned much online, I haven't really seen it, but I listened to Polly's interview on Umberside, and the mascot packages are being donated to the trust. Not the trust, sorry,
Some of.
Absolutely. So that could have been a huge money maker for the club. That could have been, and they haven't. They've donated for this occasion. So fair play. I think that for the sake of £3, and you're getting something for it as well.
Yeah.
Spot on.
I would have been absolutely like John Fenty. That I would have been mascot experience package for £300, ball boy experience for £1,500. If Dave, who's 67, wants to be a ball boy for the day, if he pays me £1,000, he's allowed to be out there doing it. If anybody, Rob, I'm sorry, mate, no longer doing the PA and the music, and Kev, you're out. I'm afraid some bloke from Tennessee's offered us £15,000 to play Glory, Glory Man United for 3 hours on a loop. So I'm sorry. Out you go.
I really do like the program stuff because so the value of your ticket really is still the same. I think they could have gone higher, but they've given you the value £3 more for something worth £3. And if you go into that game, I don't know why you wouldn't want a commemorative program. Really, first time since 1948, I think. But I think the fact that they've guaranteed so many people will have a copy of it means that they can absolutely fleece, if that's the right word,
The sponsors,
advertisements and sponsorships out of that. I think that's a really good move. And as Youngie says, with the the tightness of tea, I think that's absolutely right. So I don't think they've put a step wrong. And I must say, something that's not really mentioned an awful lot is that the club shop was open today, and that's people who people have given up their Sunday to go into the club to sell you a ticket, and that's their Sunday, that's their weekend, and I think they need a bit
And can you imagine?
well done,
Can you imagine the
thank you for doing
trollops
it.
they've had? Can you imagine the weirdos they've had in the last couple of days going, no, hang on, and we need to let's go into it. How much of a supporter are you? How much do you love the club?
Oh, don't.
How much are you more important than everybody else? So my name's Alex. I haven't had a season ticket since 2012 when I moved down south. I didn't buy the 18 to 78 membership because what's the point? I'll get an away ticket anyway. We're all going to Walsall, and I don't have a ticket. That's how it is. I mean, obviously, if you're not going, let us know. DMs are open, but I know where my place is. I've made my bed and I've got to lie in it. But I saw us get hammered 5-0 at Braintree. I went to watch us lose 8-1 at Hartlepool. It doesn't matter. And I run a podcast which is relatively successful at times, not necessarily loved, but it's there.
Infamy.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. These games are for those who are at the moment are massively in part of the club and a part of the fabric of it. And we all want to be there. We'd all like to see it. But if you can't just get to a pub, be around fellow Town fans and enjoy it. And just know that Town fans, Town will make some money off this. And, if we win, it would be fucking hilarious. And think of all the shit you can give to all those kids that used to support Man United. Go, oh, you support Grimsby, you're only in the Championship. Fuck you, Gary. Luke Hand of Hands Trans. You were the ones that used to be like that. I'm going to point you out. You used to be like that all the time with your Man United shirt on. So yeah, if we beat you, it'll be hilarious. I'm going after the logistics firms of the world.
All right, Keegan. I'd love it if we beat them.
I'd love it.
They've got to come here and get something. And you know what? I love it.
Basic bitches.
Who's next? Eddie Stobar. He can do one. I don't even know who he supports.
Yeah, fuck off, DSV, with your big old ships.
I've got to
sponsoring the youth team.
The last week, I have seen some absolute whoppers on social media, right? Stop arguing with each other. None of you are a bigger fan than the other, right? You're all Town fans, whether you go every week because you've got a season ticket and you live Grimsby, or you go when you can because you live abroad or in the south. You're all Town fans. None of you are better than each other. Fucking stop it. Just stop it. Nobody cares how big a fan you are. Right? Well done. Congratulations.
Don't care how fat you are.
You take up 2 seats. No, look, we can all live in the, I think, as Town fans, we can live in the knowledge in the game, the vast majority of people that we sat around you will be the same people that sit around you every week. It's going to be the stadium is 70% full of season ticket holders. So the fact
Which is
that,
amazing, by the way.
yeah, absolutely. So barring a few that have decided to boycott for reasons that they can only give to themselves, ultimately you are going to be surrounded by people.
Yeah. Well, Baz Whittleton, he's one of the quite vocal ones out there, and he's made a point of saying, it's 30 quid, it's too much for him in terms of his values, and I respect that. I guess the question I'd have is, if it was Old Trafford and it was 30 quid, would it be a different opinion? Because not because it's Old Trafford, but because Man United have a higher ticket price and they've put it at 30 quid, and so it's more acceptable. I don't know. I just, unfortunately, I think that's the way money is going with tickets, and it's not exactly like everybody's arriving in a Bentley.
Yeah, the one thing I will say for Baz on this, he also boycotted away games last season that had similar ticket price, and he's stuck with that. So fair play, that is his principle, and he's sticking with his principle. The one thing I'll say back though is that I am confident paying that extra £3, knowing that it's helping to pay for the logistics of running what is going to be an expensive game for the club to put on. Okay, with all the logistics it's going to put on, plus as well, they get a share of the gate as well. That's got to be considered. It's not like that ticket money is going to be a fortune. So the fact that it's going to cost us a bit more to put on, for the sake of £3, I'm getting a program out of it. I have no moral objection at all.
Radcliffe will be in a ticket office counting it, making sure it is a 45-55% split.
Oh, do you know what? That's my biggest worry.
Give it away. It'll be sat in there.
Well, because that was a thing worth. Why you're saying that? So people who don't know, it's split 45% with both teams, and a lot of Premier League clubs, it's almost a default nowadays where they just let you have the money. Do you think Jim Radcliffe and Man United will do that?
One for me, one for you. One for me, one for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Tonight's attendance 3,462.
Yes.
Just going back to that fan thing, Grimsby is a place that's got a lot of exiles because, unfortunately, because of lots of people have moved away, and we all follow town our own way. I've not had a season ticket since I was 16 or 17 because I've not lived there since then. But having this argument, I'm a bigger town fan than you. Over the last 20 years, I don't think it's a secret to people. Being a town fan is not being a particularly attractive thing for most people. So if you've stuck with them for the last 20 years, I'm pretty sure you meet the category of a town fan. I know living in London
here's
for
the
me,
thing as well.
living back in Yorkshire, saying to people you're a town fan, it ain't a nice thing sometimes. It is now, but it didn't used to be.
But if you imagine you're a kid, you were born in 2000, you're now 25, and your first games were in sort of 2007, 2008, 8, 9 years old. You've seen us get relegated to non-league twice. You've seen us get battered 5-0 by Braintree. Your highlights have been, granted, okay, you've reached the FA Cup quarter-final. That's not terrible. But apart from those 3 games, what's your joy been? A National League playoff promotion. Well done. Those lads and lasses have had so much shit to go through. While me and Yogi and all of us who've got grey hairs coming out of our ball sack nowadays got to at least enjoy championship quality football. And we're not, we're here because we remember the good old days. I think if you'd have shown me a team of Adrian Forbes, who was it? It was Bruce put something out, didn't they, of the mascots and favourite players, and it was like my favourite player is Adrian Forbes or Paul Linwood or Barry Conlon. They're the people that deserve a fucking ticket, right, in a padded seat, and maidens fanning them.
Yeah, Tacklebury sums it up. Let's face it, if anyone who is listening to this on a Sunday night is pretty committed, yeah,
or should be committed.
Yeah,
I agree wholeheartedly, Tacklebury. So if you do have a ticket, let me know. B52 or so, Waters, Ford and Drinkle when start going. Exactly, David. You don't get a ticket. You don't deserve one. You've already seen some good stuff. You've seen Kevin Drinkle play.
I saw Ronnie Ball play.
I was actually I was there for Ronnie Bull at Bury, and if anyone witnessed Ronnie Bull at Bury, they just
you weren't there, man. You don't know.
Ben Hill says I had to be a mascot with Rob Hope and Paul Linwood. Where's my red carpet? Absolutely, Ben, and hopefully it's filled with the blood of the of those you avenged for having to watch that.
That mascot thing reminds me. Did I tell people that the mascot packages are really actually quite good, and
Yes.
you should get one if you're thinking, well, all right. Remember if I said
Especially
that
if you're, especially
get your
if your
kids a mascot
dad's
package.
Or your dad's like, I would love nothing more than let's bring in.
We get Bruce.
Let's
Can we
make
get
it
Bruce one?
normal.
He's not here.
55. Yeah. When is his birthday? Do we know?
No.
Someone's got to know.
He's had it, hasn't he? 'Cause
Well,
it was
the
his
boss,
50
have you not got a
50
calendar?
long back, wasn't it?
Hang on.
No.
Alex is the one that kicked off when nobody said happy birthday to him in the WhatsApp group. He doesn't even know when Bruce's birthday is.
That's true, but at least I check. So, how much is the mascot package, Mike?
It's 180 or 185 pounds, and what you
So
get from
there
that is obviously the mascot experience. You get 4 tickets, 2 adults, 2 kids, I think, and you get one of the kits, which you choose. Which I think, when you start adding the costs up, I think you're pretty much close to what you would spend on that.
So there are currently 435 people watching this live. If you can all donate £2, we will get Bruce a mascot package. And Christine, if you're listening to this, I don't know what sway you have on this at the moment, but
That's 900 quid. It's not that much.
Yeah, but I'm going to buy a jet ski. So
just resting in my
second hand
account.
second hand on Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to be on a jet ski in the Humber with the drone up so I can watch the game.
He won't listen to this either. He won't go back and listen.
But if we could do that, if you can raise some money, and then we can get. Could you imagine Bruce holding Bruno Fernandes's hand as he walked out onto the pitch?
Hey, Bruno, do you know
How old are you,
1974? This
How old are
stand
you?
here had some work done. Oh shit!
He's listening.
He's listening.
Hey, you got plenty of time to listen.
Where are you?
Let's be having
Bruce
you.
is saying you ain't getting me on no pitch, fool. It's either that or he's been taken over by 1980s Samuel L. Jackson.
No, it's Mr. T in it. Hey, Bruce, drink this milk. How did I get here? I'm on the pitch.
Half-time bonanza, what?
Oh, the idea of a semi-conscious Bruce being led out bodyguard style, held and cradled by Bruno Fernandes onto the pitch.
No, just dragged out on his back with his arm in the air, being dragged out.
Weekend at Bruce's.
Weekend at Bernie's style. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about this? Let's
like a fucking Thunderbird.
Let's try and bring it in with his favourite bits. Could you imagine though, if we could just find a tin bath? Bruce being pushed out on a tin bath. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the teams Grimsby to Manchester United and Grimsby Town. And then you go.
United fans like, this is shit Z cars.
No, I didn't think we were in Yorkshire.
If we can't get Brucey a mascot package, I think at least can we pay for him to go and do the attendance announcement and force him to thank the away fans?
Oh, Man United put in their 5th. Go on, Bruce, do it now. Do it now.
That's it. Could somebody get in touch? If there's a figure that it would take for us to raise to make Bruce thank the away fans, let us know and we will pay it.
Yeah, absolutely. Elegant beds. The beautiful beds. You are the people who sponsor it. Please, just for one day, let us do it. And it would be a lot of fun. And we will film it or something.
We'll
Bruce
put a little
having to
elegant
thank
beds thing down here. You probably don't want that. Let us do it and
yeah.
we won't put an elegant
Here's an idea, Elegant Beds. Tell us who your main competitor is and we'll put their logo on here instead. And then we'll do really obscene, offensive stuff.
I'll
and
put
say
one
it's
in
an
the dog
association
shack.
with them. Yeah, exactly. Think of all this, how bad that mattress is going to be. Are we doing a game today?
Like a plaster.
What, this late? I want to go. Have we got a game?
I've got a game, but it is 9:20, and it's only 3 of us.
How long's this game?
It's a 5 question one.
Well, what's the questions? What sort of game is it?
It's similar to
I
Good
don't.
job,
I
Bruce,
don't
in here.
negotiate in here.
Okay,
Bristol
well,
have
okay.
left.
As they say, a quick game is a good game, and we are back with the names game for today. We did it a few weeks ago with strikers. Today we're going to do it with goalkeepers. So basically, I'm going to give you a name of a goalkeeper and that has played for Grimsby Town, and you've got to name me their former clubs until we run out. And the winner of this, is the biggest fan, and therefore is more eligible for a Manchester United ticket.
Youngie gives his season ticket up to
Alex.
whoever wins this.
No.
And just
I've already
to
bought my
point out,
ticket. No.
every single time we do this, I'll say, this is the game I invented and Youngie nicked.
Yes, yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
actually, I think it's the game that Pete Donaldson invented on the Football Ramble.
Yeah, absolutely. To be fair, yeah, I
listen
did
to
have
that.
the football ramble. Yeah, absolutely. So I've got 5 goalkeepers. We'll do best of 3. Okay, the first one out, Alex, 10 clubs, is Max Crocombe.
Oh my God, Burton.
Burton is correct.
Millwall. Or
Yeah, made his
Millwall.
debut for Millwall in the League Cup the other night. Absolutely.
Grimsby.
Yes. Okay. Well,
Salford.
Yeah, go with classicals. Salford is correct.
Oh, not a clue.
I can hear a lot of clicking, Alex. I can hear a lot of clicking, mate.
Auckland.
Auckland
FC.
is incorrect, Mike.
Is he not? Why did I think he was New Zealand?
Because he's from New Zealand.
Oh,
He's
that's
from
right.
New Zealand.
Auckland.
But he must have played in Australia, surely. So I will take a punt at Brisbane Roar.
Oh, that is a great pun, and it is
I will
correct.
take a punt.
Oh,
what a load of old shit.
Ah.
If you heard
You know,
anything like it, I'll take a punt.
He played for Oxford, Nuneaton Borough, Melbourne Victory, Barnet, Southport, Carlisle, Salford, Brisbane Roar, Burton, and Millwall. Okay, next one is not including Grimsby. He's played for 8 clubs. Steve Mildenhall. Mike to start.
Who goes first? Okay.
Yeovil.
Yeovil is correct.
Bristol Rovers.
Bristol Rovers is correct.
Grimsby Town. You let him have it.
Yeah, okay. Grimsby Town. Yeah.
No
correct.
more now.
Notts County.
Notts County is correct. That's a good one. Yeah.
I'm struggling. I'm just going to, back of my mind, I'm going to say Millwall again.
Millwall is correct. Alex.
Scunny.
Scunthorpe United is correct.
For some
Aaron,
reason,
you
I'm going to say Swindon.
chat. And Swindon, you would be correct with, absolutely. And he's currently there as
Because
goalkeeper.
he's coaching, isn't he? So I assume there was a connection.
He started his career there.
Well, Southwest, so I'm Cheltenham.
Cheltenham is incorrect. So Mike also wins that round as well. It was. You did very well there. You've got 5 of the 8. Swindon, Notts County, Oldham, Yeovil, Southend, Millwall, Scunthorpe, Bristol Rovers. I said so. No, including Grimsby now. Okay, Grimsby, no more Grimsby in the guess. Okay, so excluding Grimsby, this guy has played for 6 clubs, still playing. It's England international, Dean Henderson. Alex.
Manchester United.
Is correct.
Sheffield United.
Sheffield United is correct.
Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace is correct.
Shrewsbury Town.
Shrewsbury Town is correct.
Carlisle United.
Is incorrect.
Oh, hang on. Hang on. He started there, did he?
No.
Or was he a youth player then?
He might have been a youth player there, but he's certainly not made an appearance there.
Ah.
So he must have gone out on loan as a young kid, and he probably went somewhere like Holland. Because a lot of United players go there.
He went somewhere like Holland. I'm calling bullshit on this. He went
I
somewhere
don't know,
like
VV
Holland.
Venlo.
That is
Maybe that's a place.
incorrect. So no points scored in that round. The teams you missed out were Stockport County, who he played when they were in the Conference North for.
Aaron, Josh, you're going to get banned.
And Forest, Nottingham Forest in the Premier League.
Oh, what an idiot. United used to send a lot of their players to Holland.
Yeah, but he never went there. So next one now. Some would argue the greatest goalkeeper to ever grace Blundell Park. He played, excluding Town, he played for 11 different clubs. He is Calamity Nick Colgan. Mike.
Not a clue. Not a clue. Sunderland, was it?
Sunderland is correct. Yeah, he had a spell at Sunderland. Alex.
He unbelievably went to Huddersfield after us.
He did.
Yeah,
Unbelievable. He goes to Huddersfield afterwards. Yeah. Yeah. And he played games for him. Unbelievable.
Yeah, fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's Irish, isn't he?
He is.
Shamrock Rovers.
Is incorrect. Alex for the steal.
Can I at least pass you on a little bit of trivia?
Go on.
He played
Whilst
for
he
us
reads it.
twice.
Okay. He did play for us twice, but we can't include that. So, Alex.
Fine, fair enough. He played.
In fact, when I was mascot, he was the subkeeper.
Was he really?
He was.
He played. I remember talking to the Bagara guys about him. He played for Stockport.
He did indeed play for Stockport. Correct. So it's 2-1. He played for Chelsea, unbelievably. Brentford, Reading, Bournemouth, Hibs, Stockport, Barnsley, Dundee, Ipswich, Sunderland, Huddersfield. And the final one on my list today, 8 clubs, only just left us in the summer. Jake Eastwood. Alex to start.
Scunny.
Scunny United is correct.
Started his career at Sheffield United.
He did indeed.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, correct.
Did he play for Rochdale, or does he play for Rochdale?
He did play for Rochdale, yes.
Cambridge United.
He did, currently playing for Cambridge United. He's their number 1.
I can't go Grimsby because he did it twice. I don't know. Ilkeston, because if he's Chesterfield way or whatever.
No, I've not got Ilkeston on the list. Mike for the steal, for the victory.
Just as a shout, Northwest, Bury.
Bury is incorrect. So Mike does win 2-1 this evening. The clubs you could have missed, you could have had is Gainsborough Trinity, Sheffield United, Scunthorpe, Kilmarnock, Portsmouth, Rochdale, Ross County, and Cambridge. There you go. So
just
Mike wins 2-1.
So he's played. Is this right? So he's played 60 games in the league, and he's played for how many clubs did you say?
Well, 9, including us.
And he played for 28 of them with us, and he's played at another 8 clubs or 9 clubs.
Yeah, I think he did. Looking at the list, it's like Ross County. Rochdale was like 2 appearances. Portsmouth was 1 appearance. Ross County was 2 appearances. It was. He's the archetypal number 2. He's a massive number 2.
Absolutely. And he stood out as a goalkeeper for us last year. So there we go. Yeah. But right, okay. Everybody, thank you so much. Mike is going to do a Bruce and leave. But thank you all so much for joining us. If you're at Walsall, hopefully I might be there as well. So it'd be great to see you all. And we'll see you soon as well. Remember, everybody's a fan. Everybody's a Grimsby Town fan. They're a part of the family. It's not about who sits at the head of the table, because that is none of us. It's the people that pay the £2 million deficit every season to keep this mad train going. So Mike is going to go because he doesn't love you as much as me and Youngie do. So we shall see you all later.
Open wide for some soccer!
And now the shipping forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 1130. Go! At 1130.
I don't think I've ever wanted to be in a stand more than my life running there. They're going crazy. Hey, they got penalty here, there'll be fish flying about there. There's no tomorrow.
What a magnificent piece of football! A really, really good goal. You can't measure strength like that.
We're done. Thank you, mate.
Good. Thank you. Oh no, we're still on.
Are you?
We're still live.
Oh, hi everybody.
Hi.
Hi. This is a bit where we get really litigious. So this is what we think of everyone. These are all the rumours we've been